Hello and welcome to Totally Random. So this is a bit of a test video, seeing a couple of last few didn't actually upload correctly. I'll make this short and sweet and fairly simple. Paul Spriggett had an interesting comment in regard to this Lockwood 145, which is what I believe it to be. Tracking down information was a little difficult. Now I don't want to get the keyway. She's been a bit bashed up, and it's a bit grimy, as you can see. So that's the measurement I'm getting, 4.09. Different points. I'll measure 47, but not tagging the keyway there. 46.8. So I'd say it's hard to take a measurement with a lock that had a bit of heavy use. However, you'd think the measurement would be less. Or it simply could be that these calipers aren't calibrated properly. Here's an unfinished Peterson's pick. And it should be 25,000, and it's reading at 23,000. So even if I zero that out, there. Okay, so she's 25. Do that 3 times just for 25, 24. Anyway, yeah, so there's a bit of drift in everything. I'll get that back in the mill, zero it off. So ultimately, keyway excluded, and 46.88. 46 and 2 fat ladies. 51.55. Or 51 point, whatever it said. Watch the video. 19.71. That doesn't really change. It does read hardened. On the shackle there. And I'll pop it open. Now, I did cut a key and made a video about this, but it's one I lost, so I'm going to pick on the bottom of the shackle here. Just maybe not as potentially hardened as it could be. Now, the interesting thing that I found about these 2 keys, the one I cut and the one it came with, it's quite a deep cut on 5 there. They're LW4s, both of them. It's a really poor representation. Maybe a little better. So I pinned myself up a core, and I had to use a master wafer number 5. Which loves to jump out. And just get that back in there. So you don't use tiny master wafers. Okay, so that worked out nicely, and I couldn't work out how to cut the key from that. Now, I used the little photographer's loop to look at it. Now, once everything looked fine to me, exception number 5, which wants to jump out a little bit, I cut the key, but the lock wouldn't open. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a key and hopefully get to the point where I wasn't recording, and show you, if you get to the point where the key is fitting in there, but it's not. When you put it in here, you're doing, well, you're doing a lot of this and it's not getting it open. What I did, maybe I could make this shorter even, not have to cut a key, is I put the impressioning handle in there and gave it a jiggle up and down, side to side, and then I haven't even touched the front of this key yet, but I use a loop to look through, do it with the clean, look along the blade, and where I found impressioning marks I just filed there, and then off camera it opens. So I'm going to see if I can get to that same point, but before I actually open the lock. So give me a minute, I'll start on this key here, and the first thing you should always do is find a file and just take the top off it. That's about enough. Some people sandpaper that as well, but I just like to get the plating off. Then mark it. Take these pins out, mark it, use your little pen to make marks along the key for where you need to file, start cutting, and then I'll come back with hopefully another finished key. So I'll pause it now and see how this video goes. Hello and welcome back. So, having a bit of trouble with getting the focus on this. Now, what I've got is the key and the impressioning handle. I do not know what is causing that reflection. Could be even that single bloody pin. This is really frustrating. As you okay, that's going to have to do. So everything looks like it lines up. 2 looks a little bit too deep for my liking. Now, if I were to take this off, I can insert either the new working key or the original. However, I'm putting it on the lock, I get nothing, so I'm giving it a bit of a move around. I can then inspect these cuts, so I'm going to do that. 1 needs something, 3 needs something, so I'm going to give a couple passes over those. Nothing. So I'm going to repeat that process a couple more times and hopefully she'll pop. Okay, I'm back. I didn't even get so far as taking the key out. I was making more impressioning marks and yeah. So that's perhaps not as smooth. I remember I've got a bloody big impressioning hand in me. So, I hope I've illustrated the point I was trying to get at. If you pardon, if you get to the point where you fold and you're using a dummy core, use that impressioning technique. Use your loop to look at the key, look at the bitting, and she ain't a pretty key, but it's a workable key. So just Paul Spriggett again, thank you for the information on that. This is what I was trying to follow that up with. Yeah, and it almost did it. So yeah, I'm not going to take to this with the file, because if I go a little bit too low, we all know then I may may not be able to open the lock, and I may have to cut another key. But yeah, 2 keys for that one lock, that's fine. And as for polishing it up, I'm going to have a good think about that. Yeah, I do like them like this, but I do have a new grinder polisher wheel and not a mill, a bench vise, so I'll be able to do a few more things. Anyway, I hope that made sense. Totally random locks and picks. Thanks for watching. Keep it legal and happy picking. And sorry for the out of focus bit. But yeah, there we go. There's a key, a new working key. Keep it legal, happy picking. Cheers, guys.